Good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn the next part of our epistolary novel. In the previous lectures, we learned how it is developed in the classical literature and after that in the 16th and 17th century in the France. And now we are going to learn the next part of it after 16th and 17th century in uh, Part 3rd, we learn about the development of the epistolary novel in the 18th century and how there is a leisure time to the woman and man and they write down the letters for the reading purposes. So now we are going to learn the next part of it, that is the characteristics and how it is developed throughout the 18th 19th century. See, with its reliance on subjective points of view, the epistolary novel, by its very nature, offers intimate insight into characters' thoughts and feelings without interference from the author and advances the plot with dramatic immediacy. Here we can understand how subjective point of view is developed in the epistolary novel and the characters' thoughts and feelings are described in the epistolary novel through the form of letters. Epistolary authors commonly wrote about questions of morality, and many epistolary novels are sentimental in nature. Why it is sentimental? Most of the time we see letters are sentimental when it is written for the emotional purposes and express their emotions. When any person can't talk his or her feelings, he or she might write down the letter. That's why it is called. That's why it is become a sentimental in nature. Because of the private nature of the form, with the depiction of domestic and personal concerns, much epistolary fiction was written by or about women, and the later novel was one of the earliest avenues for women writers to achieve public recognition for their art. See, here it is made for the women in that particular century, 18th and 19th century, and the as it is called as a later novel as well, there is a earliest avenues for women writers to achieve public recognition for their art. So women writers uh, started to write down epistolary novel and or the uh, form used the form of letter to present their emotions and feelings in the letter form. Next, see, female characters in the novels often wrestle with sexual temptation and moral property and find that the only way to express themselves honestly and thoroughly is by confiding in a trusted friend through letters. So they write down their own emotions and feelings with the in the form of the letters and uh, present their emotions. Many critics in Richardson's day regarded the letters he wrote in the vices of his female protagonist to be the finest expression of feminine concerns and sentimentality of the period. Genuine female vices are also to be found in some of the most popular and best known epistolary novels of the 18th century. In 18th century, Richardson's Pamela get famous for his uh, epistolary form, use of epistolary form in his novels, and he give a voice to the female characters, female protagonists, and there is a emergence of the feminine characteristics or the feelings of the female, and to some extent it become the feminine one. Barry Jane Decombini's highly successful Les Letters de Mistress Fanny but led an exchange of letters between a simple young English woman and her aristocratic lover. See, here is a simple young English woman. She might be a middle class, belongs to the middle class family, and here the letters written between that simple young English woman and her aristocratic lover makes clear the division between private and public spheres that were a feature of women's social reality in the 18th century. That is how become the letters become the private to public one in the 18th century. Mary Davies, one of the first women to support herself through her writing, produced several epistolary works, that is, the including the Reformed Coquette or Memoirs of Amoronda, which tells of the taming of Amoronda, a good but flighty young woman. Next example, Familiar Letters Between a Gentleman and a Lady, a satire about politics and women's place in society. See here, not only the presentation of the letters uh, for the purpose of the reading, and the one of the uh, another purpose of the writing of those letters and present it in epistolary form is that the criticism on the society or the present the place of woman in society. Next example, Fanny Burney's Evelina, or the history of a young lady's entrance into the world, is a novel of manners that explores a young innocent woman's entrance into society. So here we can understand how there are varied characteristics of epistolary novel. That is, it presents the reality in the society, it presents the feelings of the woman, as well as it satires on the society or any topic of the society. Many women writers of the period in their novels point out women's exclusion from public matters, and often their female characters seek to transcend social barriers by making their own autonomous decisions. So, many women writers write down the letters for the transcend social barriers by making their own autonomous decisions. They present their own decisions through this later writing. While women novelists were certainly read during the 18th century, the bias prevailed that serious literary work was conducted by men. See, in the 18th century, there is a written write down the epistolary novel, and those epistolary novel written by the women to present their emotions, feelings, and also to present their place in the society. But after 18th century, there is development of epistolary novel, and those epistolary novels written by the men. In the next part, we will learn about it, how it is developed, and what is the exact meaning of the epistolary word, and the epistolary novel, and more characteristics of the epistolary novel which is written in the English literature in the 18th and 19th century. So till then, thank you.